Digimon Seekers Chapter 112. So, this is the digital world. Words escaped him. Eiji didn't even have the ability to describe it with his vocabulary. As cliche as it was, it looked like a colony of cities built on an outer planet, the kind that you saw in science fiction movies. The sky was filled with a sea of networks. The city was densely packed with buildings that seemed to have been built over a small mountain. Lights radiated from over its peaks. The buildings themselves sharply varied in height and material quality, spanning from the latest planned communities that you'd find in Denrin and the Middle East to barracks and slum housing. Meanwhile, absolutely no life existed outside of the city, in its surrounding area. Nothing of significance seemed to be there. It was like an erg filled with noise, concealed by sand, gas, and clouds. All that could be seen from time to time was a thin stream of junk data. Well, this was surprising. What do you call a place like this? Cyberpunk? I had no idea it was more like this.
What's that supposed to mean?
Loogamon asked. I always thought that the digital world would look more like the wild or something. The video of the digital world that Eiji had seen in DDL had been simulated by AI, but it had made him think of a beautiful natural environment that had 4 seasons.
This place is called Wall Slum,
Loogamon said, matter-of-factly. Wall Slum? Eiji repeated.
It's the security wall that protects the digital world.
Loogamon continued.
This city is unique in that it has that collection of junk data sticking to the outer side of the wall.
Security wall? This was another word pair that Eiji had never heard before.
Take a look at the ground of the city. Wall Slum sits on a round surface. See?
Oh, yeah. As they both looked off far into the distance, Eiji could see that the horizon separating the net ocean and the outer wall of the security wall was indeed round. It was clearer than if they were, for example, looking down at the Earth from an airplane.
The digital world is, to put it bluntly, protected inside the round shell of the security wall.
Loogamon explained.
The city that we're in right now hangs onto the outside of the eggshell.
So, the digital world is inside? Underground from here? If they had been on Earth, it would have been described as underground. But this was the digital world. The areas in this world were divided and protected from each other. The security wall that acted as a protective barrier, the ground that Eiji saw from here, was really the data processing, logical, and conceptual boundary that separated the real world from the digital world.
If you humans tried to enter the digital world from the real world via the network, you'd be blocked by the security wall.
Wait, Eiji said. So you're telling me that when we code crackers were controlling Digimon with tools, what we thought was the digital world was actually... It was actually the Wall Slum.
That's right. The Digimon used by code crackers were just puttering away through Wall Slum. Most code crackers don't even mind link, so they never see this view in the first place anyway.
Loogamon's answer left Eiji speechless. So Eiji's Tyrannomon had been chasing Madoki Betamon somewhere here, in Wall Slum? Has anyone ever gone beyond this security wall to the other side? To, visit or observe the digital world?
You mean a human? I doubt it. Though I bet Ryu Senji is researching a means to do so.
Unprecedented. So no human, with the exception being this Wall Slum, had ever stepped into the digital world. Beyond the wall lay the deep digital world. Anyway, when Eiji, by borrowing Loogamon's eyes through the mind link, saw what lay beneath the sea of networks, All of his knowledge and preconceptions about the digital world were flipped upside down. It was so easy to understand why leaders of the international community were so reluctant to refer to the digital world as anything other than mankind's secret. There was no telling what the digital world could do against the real world and to mankind. Digimon are living creatures, and this world that harbored life, no matter where its location, was filled to the brim with incomprehensible energy.
Now then,
Loogamon took a deep breath. Before Eiji's vision, or rather, before Eiji's conscious mind, where his mental data had fused with a Digi-core, a heads-up virtual monitor appeared. It was like being in a cockpit of a state-of-the-art fighter jet, or that of a mecha in a robot anime. What's wrong, Loogamon?
Eiji, you do remember why you came here, don't you? Oh, sorry. I forgot that you're a pathetic code cracker.
A file appeared on the virtual monitor. Operation Wolf. Oh! The Sons of Chaos job. The shared briefing materials were displayed. According to the file, Eiji was supposed to be at these exact coordinates, to be briefed on the mission in detail by an SOC member on site.
You're 2 minutes late.
Someone, a Digimon cloaked in rags, from atop the antenna facility on the building roof. No data was displayed on the virtual monitor. The auto search was blocked. The only thing Eiji could tell was that they were about the same size as Loogamon. I'm late? It was indeed 2 minutes past the time specified in the operation files.
Our leader Tartaros likes their members to be punctual.
I ran into some trouble. Don't be a stick in the mud,
Loogamon replied. Hey, Loogamon? Eiji interjected.
What, Eiji? Whoa!
Loogamon was taken aback a bit. At some point unawares, Eiji was standing right next to him. Hey, I did it! Eiji looked at his hands and tried to move his limbs around. His clothes were the same as what he was wearing before.
Eiji, where the hell did you come from?
Huh? Well, you know how during MindLink you can control stuff on the virtual monitor just by thinking about them? So there was this hololize command there, and I thought since this is the digital world, maybe I'd be able to hololize myself. And it worked.
So you weren't scared, or thought about what could happen if something went wrong? You're pretty stupid. I mean, brave. That's the word.
Loogamon appeared to have given up spending brain cells on it. Eiji extended his hand to pet Loogamon's forehead. Huh. I felt it.
Don't touch my forehead.
Loogamon bared his fangs. Whoa, sorry, but how am I able to touch you? I'm a hololization. Eiji was more surprised than Loogamon at the touch. Loogamon rubbed his head with his paw like a cat.
A Digimon is just data when they hololize in the real world. But if you hololize here in the digital world, oh well, data takes form here.
Cool. A real hololization. Eiji accepted the answer intuitively.
Just so we're clear, you shouldn't stray too far away from the Digimon that you've mind-linked with. In this case, me.
Hey, whatever, as long as it makes this job easy. Standing next to Loogamon at his true life-size height, Eiji turned back towards the cloaked Digimon. Anyway, I'm Codecracker Fang.
I thought it was Eiji.
The cloaked Digimon quipped snidely. No need to focus on the details, so what's the job? According to the information given to me by the interviewer, I'm supposed to, ask for the details here?
I'm sure the interviewer also told you that this job is a test to determine whether you, Code Cracker Fang will be allowed to join the SOC. You've already been deducted 2 points for showing up late.
A virtual monitor opened above the cloaked Digimon, displaying a rough map of Wall Slum. The city was basically circular, broken up into districts as if it were a pizza cut into irregular shapes. The center of the city was elevated, a vacant space that looked like a volcanic crater. They were in 6th Avenue, which that Chumon had mentioned earlier.
What your job entails is surveying and mapping the area painted here. As you may already know, Wall Slum is undergoing a lot of redevelopment.
Because information from the real world was constantly flowing into this place, not a day went by where everything was the same as it was 24 hours ago. Mapping? You want me to make a map? Sounds fun.
Wall Slum is a very important source of income to the SOC. We always want to keep our map data up to date.
The cloaked Digimon tossed down a memory card-shaped file. AG caught it. A line of code appeared on the virtual monitor in his hand.
A mapping tool, huh?
Loogamon understood its contents in less than a second. Nothing less from a Digimon in this respect.
All you have to do is walk around the area while running the tool, and it will auto-map it for you. We want you to investigate 9th Avenue in this manner, and within here, this...
Huh?
Loogamon laughed.
Perfect.
What do you mean?
I've got some business to attend there as well.
Loogamon turned his back. Loogamon, are you sure we don't need any more explanations? AG asked, hurrying after Loogamon. The cloaked Digimon gazed quietly after the duo.
I pray that you will pass, for Tartarus' sake. I hope the day will come when I can call you a member of the SOC.